Well, hi folks, second week in April now, almost, so it's about time I started to prepare and then sow my carrots in the sandboxes. I'll try and explain why I do it. It's just that when I used to grow for show, grow exhibition stuff, this is the only way to grow it. But not only that is that when I'm just growing now for eating, you just get a perfect carrot, and because they're slightly raised off the ground by about 2 foot, I never ever get a carrot fly. Whether that's the reason for them being higher off the ground or not, I don't know, or whether I'm just lucky. It's so well drained that you can keep these in all winter and the carrots won't split. And because it's grown in sand, if there's any slugs about, they're quite unwilling to climb up the wooden boxes and crawl across a big sandy surface like this to eat your little seedlings. So it's a win-win. It's a bit of an expense to start off with, buying the sand and making your boxes, but because I already had it, then I just keep doing it. So what I'm going to do, if you notice, years ago, for the last 20 years, I've always used a drain pipe which I plunge in and then take out the sand, fill with compost. But what I'm doing now instead is instead of coring it, I'm going to bore it out. So I'm just going to use a big heavy spike like this, and it's dead easy. As long as your your sand's nice and wet, just go round and round and round, and that makes a conical hole, and it's so much easier. It used to be really hard work coring them out with the drain pipe. So as long as you're just nice and careful and just spin it round like that, that's hit the bottom now, and you can see the depth. So that's the depth of compost I'll be growing in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 inches actually, so that's more than enough. And because I'm doing it this way, as opposed to taking a core out, I'm using probably 50% less compost. I did a test last year just to see what the difference would be, and to be honest, there was no difference in size, even though I was only using half as much compost. And it's so much easier to do. It takes literally seconds to just make these holes. Couldn't be simpler. Got to be quite careful because they can collapse if your sand's a little bit dry. As long as you take it steady, dead easy. So the seed of choice, or the variety of choice, is always for me sweet candle. They're a fantastic variety. They grow quite big, but they're still very tender and they're unbelievably sweet, hence the name sweet candle. And once you've grown those, you'll never grow another carrot, honestly. And they do get quite large, like I said, but they never get woody or tough. They're just a great all-round carrot, really. So like I said, just going to keep going round like this. It's a lot easier. This would usually take me about half an hour to do one of these with the tube, and then you'd end up with absolutely cooked abdominal muscles because you're just plunging it in and pulling it out. But this way it's just so easy, so much quicker, and it gives exactly the same result. So work smarter, not harder. So the compost I use, nothing special. You can use any compost. The finer the better, obviously. You don't particularly want any with giant lumps in, because if the carrot root hits a big lump, it could fork, but not necessarily. But so the finer the better. I've just got some multi-purpose, which is very fine anyway, so I don't need to riddle it. When I used to grow for show, I used to riddle it and stuff like that, but that was just being silly, really. But that was just going for perfection. So this would probably take me about 4 minutes, I think, something like that. Nearly done. Do the last 4. So this sand is just general builder's sharp sand, nothing else, or washed concrete in sand they call it. So it's got fine sand, and it's got some sharp sand, some sort of little bits of grit in it and stuff like that. Just basically helps the drainage, and when it rains, all the water quickly pulls down to the bottom, so then your carrot just follows the moisture and makes a nice long carrot. And it's always nice and moist, because it's such a big box, there's always moisture for your carrots, so you don't actually generally need to do any watering. So that's the holes done. Now simply just got a little funnel, well it's not a funnel, it's just a propagator top with a hole cut in it. Just a matter of sprinkling the compost. As you can see, it's quite fine. Just sprinkle it in, no compression, you don't want to compress it, just let it fall under its own weight. And then when you get to the top, just slightly tamp it down. And then what we do with these is put a little ring on. These are just pieces of downspout cut into rings. Put a little ring on like that, and the reason for that is that when you're watering them to get them to germinate, when you water them, then the water just stays within the little ring like that and doesn't wash your compost away. And also sometimes later on in the season, when the carrots are maturing, they can actually push out of the soil or sand and reveal the shoulders or the tops of the carrot. And if that happens, then all you need to do is just sprinkle a little bit more compost in, and that'll cover the shoulders up and stop them going green. So it serves two purposes really. Sometimes they've grown that big, they've actually got stuck in the ring, so that just goes to show you how big they can get. So again, this is just rinse and repeat, just top them up, put your little ring on, and then sow your seeds. So I'll just finish these off, and then we'll get round to sowing the seed, which isn't too tricky at all. It's just, as you would imagine, just sticking a seed in. The job's a good one. Right then folks, that's all those done, so it's just a matter of planting the seeds now. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to dib a little hole in, about half a centimetre deep. I'm going to have to put my reading glasses on now, I can't see. So I'll just dib a little hole, very shallow, just put my specs on. That's it, amazing, I can see now. And I'm going to aim to put 3 seeds in each little hole. That's about 7 in there, so that's not a great start. As you can guarantee, if you only put 1 in, they won't germinate. But if you put 3 in, they all germinate. So there you go. Like I said, just 3 in each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. And what we do with these is, once they've germinated and grown for about a week, just pull the week or 2 seedlings out and keep the strongest one. I pull them out as opposed to cutting them off. There's different rules of thought about that. Some say that if you pull them out, they might damage the roots of the one that you're keeping, but it's never happened. Some say that if you cut them off, it might rot and damage the roots, so it's whatever you decide to do. So that's that, and now just simply just fill the hole in, just cover it up so the seeds are just covered. You can give it a bit of a watering in, but because they're outside, it'll rain it next day or so, so it doesn't really matter. So that's that. Now you just wait and hope that they germinate. Right then folks, that's all my carrots done now then. 48 of them, all sowed in my new boxes that I made. You wonder how I make these boxes. I did a video on that about 2 or 3 videos ago, so have a look. It's not that difficult. So there we go folks, that's this year's carrots sowed early April. See you later.